10,
9, 8,
7,
6,
3, 2,
1.
0.
We're live. Hey, welcome everyone. We have another Dash of 10 matchup. Another Dash League Network presentation coming at you. This time we've got UNSC versus other. No, that's the wrong logo. Sorry. Hang on, let me get rid of that one. Put the real one up. Let's try this one. That looks better.
Awesome. Yeah, so O versus UNSC, this is like a friendly rivalry that we've seen between the two teams. They scrimmed each other a lot last season. I'm not sure if they still do, but I think they do enjoy a friendly relationship. Last season, O was always able to sort of like beat UNSC, but since last season, UNSC has added an incredible amount of depth to its roster. We see today that one of Crit is here, long-standing UNSC player, very talented. Crusader VR, another long-standing UNSC player, but we see Oogie Boogie, Dark Ghost, and Taser, who are 3 recent pickups, and they are insanely cracked at the game. So this should be an interesting match. On the O side, we see a lot of legacy O players. I don't know if there's anyone new there. They've been around since like season 0. But some of the players have been added, in season 3, 4, and 5. But this is O's strongest lineup here. Well, not. Oh yeah. So the UNSC members, we got Taser, Oogie Boogie, everybody. And then, Bible Crusader, one upgrade, and the Style Dev Crusader VR. Somehow UNSC has like 3 captains. Interesting. That is an amazing graphic for O. But yeah, so on the O side, we got Cali and Outsider leading up the team. FTP, Grim Reaper, Rat Dog. Who else is on this team? C2, OK, Lazarus, Universal, and Wick. And I think Mr. V is on this team as well. Yeah, Mr. V is here. So O has bought its top lineup, but I've seen UNSC, and they have been really, really stepping up their game. So I'm expecting this to be a very close match. Based on the lineups here, I mean, it's going to be neck and neck. I'd say maybe I give it to UNSC slightly, just because I've seen them playing a bit more lately. But O tends to play at later times as well, so who knows? I mean, I expect it to be close. I don't know how to call it one way or the other. Oh, Universal's here. Okay. It'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure which way it'll go. I have no thoughts about this. All right, so what map is first? Are they playing Canyon first? Interesting, okay. This looks more like a waterway lineup, but all right. Let's see what happens. So I expect UNSC to be an incredible challenge here. One upgrade uses shocks, Crusader VR on rockets. Boogie Boogie is a mad dasher, incredible pistol skills, Dark Ghost, SMGs, and then Taser. What does he not do is a better question. He sort of does everything, including hard carry. So it's going to be a real challenge for O. But O got Outsider, Shotguns, OK, Lazarus, C2, and Universal, who are all just like all around versatile players, especially with pistols. O has very good teamwork, and they've been together for a while, with the exception of Universal. He's a new addition. So I do expect that to work in their favor. But UNSC has a lot of talent, and they've been structured, and they've got the momentum on their side. They're energized by these new roster pickups. Yeah, hey, what's up, Swap to Gun? Yep, I agree. It is going to be a good one today. I mean, I would be surprised if one team 3 checkpoints won and then makes it to the end. I expect to see probably, if I have to predict, I'm thinking this is probably going to be like a 49 to a 48 type situation. Double 3 checkpoints on Canyon. These teams are incredibly close in skill, from my estimation. I suppose some things could have changed recently, but I don't know. But based on what I've seen recently, I think this could be a 49 to 48. Both teams know how to put up a strong defense on a map like Canyon, and I think it's going to be difficult to break through. Hey, what's up, Nabius?
Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, it's not started yet. Nice.
Yeah, we're just about to get started now. I gotta say, this season we've seen the implementation of fixed maps, and I was a huge proponent of that, and I just think that it's amazing. I love that you don't have to negotiate maps anymore. I love that
That's
when
what
the
all
cycle starts,
captains saying.
you
I
know
love
exactly
it.
what you're gonna play. You can just work on getting your players together at the right time instead of
Yeah,
waiting.
yeah,
Oh my
it's
god,
already not a job to do that, and now you don't have to negotiate maps, so it's kind
yeah,
of
you
nice.
can just start practicing. Granted, I don't like Quarry, so I never want to play it, but at least I know that it's coming.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, exactly, because that's what you said. Like you can actually practice the map that's coming. You know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen. You know what map you have to practice, what you have to focus on. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I think that's a good implementation that they did there.
so nice, man. I can't tell you how many times teams take forever to pick the maps, and then like 3 days before what maps you're playing.
Yeah, and
It's just like
sometimes they
that.
say like we pick this map, but we go on this server, and it's always a negotiation. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, way better. So good lineup here. Outsider, okay. Last C2 Universal, pretty good lineup on this.
I mean, this is
side.
two tough lineups, man. I played.
Oh
We
my
had a
god,
Hyper
yes.
Cup match versus
Yeah.
Southern Cross yesterday, and Universal was right behind .com and Pills, man. He was playing very well on the Australian server and on the New
Prepare
York
to
server,
start.
so,
Oh,
or
that's
Dallas. So we see some
That's
SMGs getting
that's
set up.
45.
What else? What other weapons do we see getting set up here? Shotguns, nice. It's probably Outsider. Okay on shocks.
A lot of
Match
variety of
starts
weapon
in
here
3,
already at start.
2,
I mean, I think that's the
One.
meta of the season,
Go.
good weapon
Yeah.
usage. In some of the past
First
seasons, we've seen a lot of
elimination.
Halos where, it's mostly pistols or pistol mains and then rockets. I think on Dud, like, there were times when we had no rockets. It was just all pistols. And we won a lot of those games. But I think that now, with some of the weapons being buffed. And,
What's happening? They getting pick up spawn? What? Oh, no. It's something's not working. Okay, I don't know what's happening here.
Dang, the chat is all cheering for UNSC. I'm kind of cheering for O today, honestly.
Yeah, same. I think he'll have a good chance to take the win too, even if like the UNSC a really strong player there.
Yeah, I don't know which way to call it, to be honest. I just don't really know. I've seen all of the players and they've been playing really well. And it doesn't, I can't, my mind doesn't want to let me pick a winner right now.
What are you talking about,
prepare
Griefer?
to start.
That was UNSC that lifted up their hands.
M-Dubs, why are you not playing, buddy? Why are you not playing today?
Oh, he's picking the shock there. Okay, not on the bridge. So they're gonna have two shock or what?
Match starts in 3, 2, 1.
Get a base shot, make it
Go.
time. Okay. Well, that's a close area
we
for
see-
shocks. It's pretty
First
risky to blow yourself up.
elimination.
I know, we see 4 stacked back there in the heart area. That's an interesting choice. Pulling back like that. This part of the map is pretty challenging. It's very close quartered in that little cubby area and the tubes. And you really want to try to get out there and
Dark Ghost
stop the
taking this
cart.
well. Two
You see
kills
Dark
straight
Ghost
there.
taking-
Going for a third one. He's gonna go in the back, get a third one.
Oh, he just takes it out.
Yeah, okay, taking them out. There's Oogie here. Little midget Boogie. He's
But I will
one of
say,
the players.
you're gonna see Disruption doing a good job here distracting other from being able to get to the cart. That cart is just moving freely right now through the lobby. They're ahead of time. They're halfway through the lobby with 5 minutes left. We see Laz finally get down to the cart and clear it off.
Dark Ghost going all the way back. He's gonna get ready for some disruption here. Good kill, good kill. Gonna go for the health, yeah. Doggle's doing awesome disruption here for UNSC.
Yeah.
How much
is
does that
UNSC
kill
getting
streak
some
there?
movement out of it? They get a little bit at least.
He's going all the way back for health.
Yeah.
I think all the way back there. They're looking for him. That's good disruption. Making good distraction. He's gonna go for the dash on the side. Yep, it's up.
Yeah, nice
Getting the
rockets
rockets
by
out.
C2.
Is he gonna kill the rocket? Oh, getting killed by Lass with his MGs.
Additionally, O's doing a good job catching up here. Originally, UNSC was on a fast pace move through that lobby, but it looks like O has slowed them down. They're about 10 seconds behind the normal pace. Like they're around this corner at 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 44 seconds with this 4, and they're still not even really turned around the corner just yet. So others doing a good job catching up here.
Not saying that there's an issue with the interface, and he's right. The percentage is messed up for the card.
No, it's probably 36.5.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 36. Oh, it's 42.
Oh, it's close. It worked at 42
nice.
now.
There we go.
Good shot.
Ooh, nice kills by
the
Taser
card.
here.
Yep.
UNSC getting the cart movement, but O getting it clear. Here we go. We got a couple of UNSC moving in, at least 2.
Oh, nice kill by Boogie. That's fast movement. The Boogie is one of the players that's gonna get affected by the height restriction happening. He's so
Oh
tiny.
my god, it's ridiculous. Some of these players are shorter than the button. And you know they can't be that short in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's known. A lot of people like just mess up with their height to be the size they want to be. That's the reason they're gonna bring everyone to bot size.
That would be quite nice, but just make it like 5-7. 2 minutes. UNSC is about a cart length away from the checkpoint.
Good run by
It
Boogie
looks
there.
like they're pretty much on pace to get this checkpoint. They're gonna get it. It will take a miracle for O to get it. Is this it? Oh, that rocket!
oh,
just
what?
prevented Taser from
It's
pushing
almost
it through.
past. What the? Ah, it's almost past it. Sometimes I don't understand.
So the window has to be through it, and they get it. Okay, so they got 1 minute and 40 seconds extra. This is actually
Good dashing
good.
movement by Yogi there. A good move. Going for the disruption in the base, pushing the Sallow. He's gonna get taken down to switch his back.
Nice
I think
pistol
Yogi got him
shotgun
with
by
a.
Octavia.
Yeah. Good dead shot. Taser getting taken down by himself. Boogie man is doing really good, man. He got so good this season.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing him back in the days, and now man, he's destroying me.
Well, you took quite a while off while he was playing a lot, so
Yeah, I stopped for a while in the summer. I had enough of Hyperdash. I mean, I played too much, and now just gotta get back into it. We gotta take a break sometimes.
alright, UNSC still making pretty good time. They're rounding this corner with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Really good disruption is doing here.
Yeah, definitely done a great
Boogie's-
job.
30 kill, even dead. Awesome. Oh, got taken down by a sider. Oh! Blew himself up. That or it was a post dash. Interesting aim by outsider here.
Yeah, definitely an interesting demo. But it works for him.
Yeah, whatever works for you, man. I mean, that's what I like about VR, seeing all those people like with different gun hold and different way of playing the game.
So 5 minutes, UNSC is finally pushing it into the attic area. If they can get it under this attic and on the other side, then they're pretty clear for pushing it to 100%. This is the time where O really needs to hold UNSC. Hopefully they can get a good defense out with some heavies, multiple heavies really if possible, and just contain the disruption, make sure that their rockets can stay alive and that they don't all get flanked and picked off from behind. You know, they've been having a bit of trouble taking care of that earlier, for the most part, this match, but FireHorse changed. Nice
C2
rocket by
rocket.
C2 there. Marco.
Oh, nice curve, nice curve. Well, at that point, you don't even have to curve it. You just fire at the roof and it does the same.
I feel like that doesn't work when I try to do it.
Really? I do that with shocks all the time.
I mean,
Just
I
fire
can
at
just
the
do that
roof.
on bad, so there's that.
I don't know. I don't know if it works with rocket. I'm pretty sure it does.
Oh, we see Taser here flanked and he's hiding. No one sees him yet. Oh, Laz sees him. Tries to take him out, but is unable to. Taser's still alive. Can he get another pick?
He's gotta go for health. He's so low. Yeah.
Meanwhile, UNSC is moving this cart. Look at it. They're almost clear of the attic with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. It's looking like they're going to make it to 100%, maybe with 2 minutes
That's
left.
fine. Alright, Darko's pushing for the payload. Good push, good push. That was a good push. Rockets are up. Keep putting bodies on the payload. Oh, going with the shield. Did he jump in front of the cart? I think so. I hate when that happens. You try to jump for the cart, but jump just right in front of it and kill you.
Oof, yeah, that's a rough one. I think that's a sticky rails issue or something.
Yeah, it is definitely a sticky rail issue.
Alright, so...
Copy past survived. That's great.
So it's looking like UNSC is almost assuredly going to get to 100%. They really just need to tap it one more time. And then that's it. O is really trying to get a hold here.
How much
And
we
then
have? We have
Margaret.
18 people watching and only like 10 likes. It's always the
Oh
same
yeah,
thing.
everybody like this video, please.
Come
I
on,
don't care if
come
you don't like UNSC or O or me.
Yeah.
Just like the video. Because you like Hyperdash. And comment.
Blue team
Oh,
wins.
who was that?
No,
with the shield?
Ogi,
Sneaky,
Ogi's not
sneaky.
underrated. We all know what he's capable of.
Yeah, no, he's not underrated. By
He's
any
not
stretch of the
underrated.
imagination.
Switching sides.
He's so
But
good.
his ping is definitely overrated. I don't know. What is that? Over 200?
Oh my god, what? Everyone is in... What server is this?
I'm sure
Everyone's-
it's an American server, but Oogie Boogie is American.
Damn, what if I is doing
Match
like
starts
red ping?
in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Go.
his internet is overrated. That's
First elimination.
let's see if O can make it to 100.
I think it's going to be a bit of a tough act to follow.
Mhm.
It's looking like UNSC is out killing O by a little bit here. So
Yep.
it's looking like it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, but we see a couple of times that teamwork can do the job too. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but normally the team on offense has like lower kills than the team on defense. So for UNSC to be out killing them on the offense side, it's a little bit of a sign that
Jedi's going for the pre-checkpoint. You think so? Nah. I would not say pre-check. Maybe not 100, but pretty sure it's not gonna be pre-check. At least they get it. They're struggling a bit here.
ooh, I was trying to make it 9. Can he take this dash? Oh, he gets it. I'm always worried that somebody's going to come through at the same moment. Nice kill by Taser there.
Are they
Okay,
doing
McCarthy.
it? Unit is doing a mess right now.
Yeah, O's still on pace. They're about at the same place as UNSC was. But they don't have the deep disruption going that UNSC did.
Yeah, Dark Ghost was doing it.
Yep. We see him getting around the corner and about 10 seconds ahead of UNSC. I mean, yeah, right now. Ooh, Darko's getting this part clear. Nice rockets by UNSC.
Oh, picking up SMGs. Golden SMGs.
I mean, I think at this stage in the game, it's a must on Canyon to have it, to have a good defense. Alright, so 3 minutes now. O is starting to fall behind time. Gotta get on hard though.
Oh, going Tomahawk style. Oh,
Ooh, outsider getting some good car movement here.
oh, he's going for the push. No, they're taking on the laser or so.
Oh, Taser takes him out though. UNSC doing a good job containing the disruption here. Oh, it's definitely fighting for the car
Definitely.
movement. But 2 minutes, they're still far away. At this point, UNSC was about a car length away from the checkpoint. About to push it through. And O is quite far away. I'd say at this point, it's starting to look a little bleak for O. That was an insane group of stuff right there.
Well, I think Jedi was right. Might be pre-check.
Oh, I thought for sure Taser was dead, but he took them all out.
Rockets are up. But they came down by Universal. Good takedown. Cargo's getting second SMG here. Oh, inside they're taking a kill. Wookie with shotgun.
Oh, 1 minute left,
Oh.
and O has an insanely far distance to push to get through this checkpoint. And it's going to take a good team wipe for them to get through, so for me
Yeah.
it's starting to look more and more bleak by the second. They just haven't been able to get those group ups executed. They've been doing it, but losing the fights.
Oh
25 seconds here.
no!
Oh! Rockets taking themselves out.
Spectator curse.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Red
There
team
you go,
wins.
Jedi, damn it. Jedi said it.
Yep, so we see top scoring for UNSC, Taser, 64 kills, 48 deaths, 74-91. Top killing for the map overall, though, we see Lazarus with 75 kills, 48 deaths. Looking like UNSC just got the best of O here. They had a really great defense. O had some good group ups and they tried to break through, but it just wasn't enough. The disruption from Oogie Boogie, Dark Ghost, and then just the follow-up kills with Taser on the sight lines and clearing that cart, it was just insane. Crusader VR
Yeah,
on the kids.
GG's. Really good.
It was a
Good.
really
good
well-rounded
work.
defense there.
Well, it's dinner time for me, guys. Gotta go eat something. I'm hungry. So see you around. That's
See
nice.
ya.
Peace out. See ya. I'll check you from my cell phone.
Oh, Jedi in the chat, bro. So we see UNSC has swapped one up crit for M dubs, style down for Jader VR, so they got the strong waterway lineup here. And O has brought in Cali and F2P. I think seeing the match after seeing the payload, I'm thinking UNSC has the edge here. I'm probably going to give the victory to UNSC. I'm thinking like 3-1, maybe 15-20 minutes.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Hey, all right. I'm here. I'm ready to commentate this match between Other and UNC. I'm this actually. Hey, what's up? How far into it are we? Have we already done the first map? I'm sorry, I wasn't available earlier.
Yeah, you missed the
Yes.
Damn, that one was probably sick, wasn't it? So, what's the next map for this? Are they're going to be going for Waterway? Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Really looking forward to it. UNSC. If I were to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of both of these teams in my experience, UNSC's strength has always been togetherness and strategy. They practice pretty much every day, and that's always what I would highlight about them during scrims. Is they're a top level team because of how well and how often they play together. On the other hand, has a lot of this coordination. It's like a requirement to play as a Dash League team, to have coordination and teamwork, but they're very fast and very skilled. A lot of their players are very fast dashers, and especially on a map like Waterway, are very good at hitting button and getting control of it and repositioning in order to start countdowns and maintain these areas of control for short periods of time. So if I were to give advantage to one of these teams based on the lineups I'm seeing right now, honestly, I'd have to give the Waterway. UNSC has a very strong lineup, like players like M-Dubs and Taser are insane killers. Oogie Boogie's a very fast dasher, but once Callie gets in your base, once F2P starts bouncing around the button, C2 jumping around B and then hopping into your base too, all of these players I see on other seem to be very flexible domination players. So I look forward to seeing how this map shakes out. Who won the payload?
UNSC, it was 100% with a couple minutes left to 48% pre-checkpoint.
Wow, that's very solid, actually. It's nice
giving
that other
edge
made it
to
to 48%, but yeah, getting pre-checkpoint is kind of rough.
Yeah, I'm giving the edge to UNSC here. Taser and Oogie Boogie were popping off with a lot of. They were really out killing the other side. Dark Ghost was doing really well. M-Dubs is just like insanely on fire recently. I've seen that his fire rate is incredibly fast. I think this one's going to be a tough one. Taser's very good long range, close range, middle range. He's all around. Saladev is a very good long range player. Oogie Boogie is pretty good mid to long range, and definitely very good up close. So I think it's going to be a challenge for O. I mean, I know that O is an incredibly skilled team, but I think that today I saw UNSC in that payload map on fire, and I doubt they would make substitutions if everybody wasn't on fire. So that's where I'm going.
No kidding. Let's get this going.
In 3, 2,
As many people know, the opener here on the map is one of the most important things. If you can get a countdown, a score, right away, this is the time to do it. This is the reason that some maps might take only a few minutes, is if the countdown starts immediately like it is right now. Now that M-Dub's in the base, oh, good counter by OK. But most of his team is still down. It's only F2P, Lazarus, and Callie. They get the counter one more time, and now they're on B. M-Dubs is still in the base. He just now gets taken out. C2 hits the button, gets taken out by Oogie Boogie, who's now trying to dominate around the button by himself. But there were too many other in their base, and now they're starting to get a bit of a solid control. UNSC still has B, but are they going to be able to push forward into others' base? It looks like things are starting to stabilize, and this next point might take a few minutes at this point, now that the opener has really solidly figured itself out.
Red takes lead.
Looks like C2 is going to go ahead and play a little bit more defensive around the base, and StyleDev with a very long-range pistol shots. It looks like he's going to play a little bit more defensive here. UNSC is really good about setting up on B, and yet they're not really pushing their advantage with a lot of confidence like players like F2P, who are now in UNSC's base, were doing. He was able to get a kill. He got taken out by Dark Ghost. Good kill there. UNSC seems to be pushing forward very stably. But I wonder if at this point, now that the opener is over and done with and we're starting to get into the flow of a back and forth game, whether they're able to play fast enough. So far, there's a lot of aggression coming from other, and the defensiveness from UNSC, by comparison, is kind of starting to bite them in the butt. Players like Oogie Boogie are able to get into others' base, but then they don't start causing a lot of economy damage, stealing dashes and health quite as quickly as I would like to see in order for them to get a point. And now Other is starting to get a countdown. They have control of B, but it looks like one player on UNSC might have snuck past. No, that's not quite right. They're all in UNSC's base at this point. I don't think Other is going to be able to score, though, because UNSC is all together, and when UNSC is all together, they're a very solid defense. And now, once again, they get control of B. They're holding control of B. They're trying to get multiple players ready to move forward at the same time, but they're just moving a little bit too slowly, in my opinion. And now they only have control of their own base, because they just took too long after having control of B. Now they have control of their own base and Other's base, and they got B, but Other was able to get that counter, and they have B. Once again, they were able to sneak past UNSC's defense, because UNSC is setting up on B, but once they move past, who's left on B? What, are there 3, maybe even 4 UNSC players in Other's base, and now one of them gets taken out? Is just Taser versus OK. OK gets taken out, and now it's Taser just on the button by himself, gets taken out by Callie, and now Other has control of their base once again. There's only one UNSC player in there. Didn't like that move by Callie, turning around, gets shot in the back by Staldev, but C2 gets the revenge, and is now trying to fight desperately for B, trying to keep control so that his teammates can now push forward. He's waiting for his dashes to recharge, ready to counter on B if he needs to, waiting for at least one more teammate to move up with him, and now he's fighting desperately in the bottom of B, and Staldev takes him out. Now UNSC has control of B once again. They're getting a countdown. Staldev goes to hold the B button. Oh, Other gets a counter. This is back and forth action. Other is just so quick. UNSC is playing so solidly. These two, this is like a clash of two very different play styles, really coming to a head, and we can see the strengths and weaknesses of each. But I really think that Other needs to play just slightly more together, or just get the right dominoes to fall into place in order to get a score. UNSC, by comparison, needs to continue playing together like they're doing, but just play it a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit of that Other speed that has carried them through the waterway up to this point. Could bring UNSC the victory. What are you thinking as you see this?
I'm just seeing that it's looking pretty even here. It looks like UNSC's got a little bit on the kills, but O's doing a good job with their defensive strategy, keeping up the pressure here. So O is definitely not rolling over. I thought UNSC would be a bit more fiery than expected, but O's doing a great job handling it.
Great dash by F2P, also able to break the neck of whoever he just killed there. Unfortunately, there were other UNSC players around behind him. I think that's a good insight, by the way, that you made there, that this is not quite the waterway some people might have expected, where one team absolutely dominates the other, and that could be because that opener is over and done with. It looked like UNSC's opener was a lot more solid than others, so if one team scores a point anytime soon and we get another one of those openers, it's possible that Other might not be ready for what happens next, unless Other really changes the game after the next point gets scored. So far, it's looking very back and forth, and both teams are really getting into a flow of each other and trying to probe for weak points.
Red takes B. Red team countered.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking at the kill counts here. It's looking like UNSC really is like leading by the kills here, but I was just doing such a good job of countering, spaced out, with that keeping up the pressure. Very efficient plays here. Not getting too many kills, but also just maximizing the
Blue takes B.
Taser is going 23 and 11 right now. That's completely insane. If we're being honest. Aw, F2P, Caster's Curse, falling off the edge right as we get a look at him. That's too bad. UNSC gets control of their base once again. That's something they've been very good on this map. As we're continuing to continue through the flow of the game, UNSC has been very good at recovering their button and playing together in order to do so. But Other, by contrast, is able to make space by putting so much pressure on UNSC's base and forcing them to play together, that they're able to get into the base once again as soon as UNSC starts rolling out to B. And then UNSC gets control of B, maybe even Other's base, and then Other has control of UNSC's button. And it's hard for one team to gain an advantage in all three buttons at the exact same time. F2P finally hitting the 23 kill mark, also really tying it up with Taser at this point.
Blue takes A. Blue team scores.
A little bit of a fight on the bottom of B. Lazarus gets taken out by M-Dubs. Is he able to take out two players? He is, but there's still a third Callie left there. Callie tries to make her way to the button. Has someone at her back. Oogie Boogie takes her out. Good defense by Oogie Boogie there. Now UNSC is waiting to roll out all together. It looks like Oogie Boogie fights Lazarus on the rail and was able to take him out. Fighting around mid-B, making sure that no other players are able to sneak past, but he was doing it by himself, unfortunately, and then able to, or not able to do anything further once Other takes him out. And now StyleDev is holding B. It looks like UNSC is going to be going for a score, but C2, too accurate. And there's three other players on B who don't have control of their own base at this point. And now they're starting to exert pressure on UNSC's base and turning back in order to get control of their own. It looks like there's only one UNSC player left alive in Other's base. Other has their own base once again. They have one player in UNSC's base. And they have somebody on B. Is this a moment to start scoring? It looks like there's a lot of UNSC players alive in their own base. C2 moves forward, takes out, who is that? Oogie Boogie, and is now going to start going for a score. But there's a lot of UNSC left there. He takes out one player, gets taken out by Taser, and there you go. That's the offense. Fully countered, but there's a lot of other players left on B. 3 of them, in fact, 2 of them roll out and get taken out, checked by UNSC's defense, who now has the opportunity to take control of B, but okay, very good at defending that button and shooting over and getting the headshots that he needs to continue to stay alive at this button. Well, his teammate gets taken out, used as a body shield of sorts, and now OK gets taken out by only 1 bullet. He was very close to death at that point, and UNSC has a tenuous control of B at best, with Dark Ghost behind that wall and his teammates all behind him. And the other wall. It looks like UNSC's gearing up for a push, but all of Other is alive, and several of them are still in their own base. Dark Ghost gets 2 kills. Those could be very significant 2 kills if he's able to take out OK too. UNSC has solid control of B. Oh, but one player was able to sneak past, and now they have control of B. They have control of Other's base too. Taser trying to distract Other a little bit and loses control of Other's button. And is now stuck in the basement with C2. C2 takes him out. And the Taser is out of bullets, gets another kill, but OK finally removes his head. M-Dubs gets taken out, and now it's just Dark Ghost alone in Other's base. Is he going to be able to solo control this point? I highly doubt it, but there you go. Gets a kill. C2 takes him out, and we're back into the flow of this game. UNSC has control of B once again, and is going to be gearing up for another push forward. Hopefully this will be the one. C2 starting to switch things up, grabbing a shock. We'll see if this is some kind of strategy change or if he just accidentally picked it up. If he's going to be trying to get into UNSC's base once he gets double shock and a dash, and maybe will solo hold UNSC's base, and hopefully that gives enough breathing room for the rest of his team to keep control of B and their own base, which seems to have been the problem for both teams throughout this entire match. Able to get 2 buttons, but not able to prevent one enemy or another from sneaking past and grabbing whatever is the least defended. And meanwhile, both teams have been very good at that, at recognizing which button is the least defended and jumping straight to it in order to get a counter. Now Other has control of B and their own base. Lazarus, low on dashes, is going to go ahead for a little bit of pistol sniping before going in to support his teammate. Now that he's caused the UNSC player way over there to back off, he's moving forward. He's on B with 2 other team members. Are they going to start pushing forward as soon as Oogie Boogie is dead? It looks like they are. Callie gets taken out by M-Dubs, and now Lazarus has to defend B. But M-Dubs gets taken out. Is there anyone left in UNSC's base? There's one player who just got taken out, and now it's just Other left on B, but with nobody in UNSC's base. They have 3 players that are gearing up for a push, but UNSC is starting to get a couple players left on B. It looks like there's somebody in the mid B right now if you check the minimap. Now it's in Other's base trying to flip the script and put pressure on the enemy base, and it looks like there's only 1 other player left in UNSC's base, and there's still, who I assume might be Taser, who just got taken out of UNSC's base, and Other goes for the whole...
Oh, pulled out that point!
Whoa!
Wow!
It looked like
Great
that
teamwork, but oh jeez, despite
but then their hand was already in the button, and so they kept holding down the button instead of letting it raise. That's going to be a lesson for everybody. You need to let the button raise up before you can hit it again. And in those high stakes, high pressure moments where you have a quarter of a second left, it can be hard to remember that. You want to just hit that button immediately, but that is the reason that Other was able to get this point. And based on the way this entire match has been going, that could be the only point that gets scored this entire map. This could end 1-0 because this has been so even, so back and forth, with nobody quite being able to pull something together that pure luck ends up being the difference maker here. But let's see if UNSC is going to play a little bit more desperately, if this might cause them to get some sort of aggressive play together. It looks like Other has control of UNSC's base. M-Dubs grabs it back. And now it's just Other in their base, UNSC in their base. Pushing both teams pushing forward to B, almost like a jousting match. It looks like 1 other player is in UNSC's base at this point, trying to fight against 3 others, gets taken out, but Other has control of B button. Dark Ghost takes out 1 player there, is now rolling forward into Other's base. It gets taken out because of a lack of dashes. Unfortunate. Good defense by Lazarus though, who's waiting for more dashes and pistol sniping in the meanwhile, also grabbing a health, and recognizes that there's one enemy in Other's base who now gets taken out, and Other has solid control of their own base once again, except they don't have the button.
Take C.
There we go. That's going to cause a few second delay before they can push forward. Lazarus has been very committed to the base defense, which I think actually might be a good idea at this point, especially considering that they have the advantage. UNSC is the one with the pressure on their backs to push and grab a point.
Countered.
Other wants to score, of course. Of course they want to score. Anything that'll make it a more solid win and give them more MMR is going to be beneficial, but they'll still win if nothing happens for the rest of this match, and they know it. So having Lazarus on defense I think is a very good idea, because that makes it even harder for UNSC players to sneak past. The one downside is that it makes it more difficult for Other to get and control B and use that as a launching off point to move into UNSC's base, and meanwhile, that lack of aggression has allowed UNSC to get control of Other's base. Whew, last second countdown. The rest of Other is now able to respawn and they have control of B once again, but UNSC is still getting into their base. Looks like Other has control of B and their own base once again. Callie riding the rails for just a little bit, but doesn't get punished for it because nobody kills her. And now she gets punished for it, for riding that rail. Taser in the bottom B, rapidly snapping his neck, breaking it left and right, trying to look in every direction at the same time. Has to take somebody out on the dash, and is really going for controlling that mid B before pushing forward with his teammates, trying to go all at once. Other, meanwhile, is just moving forward, and Callie takes him out. All that defense was great. It meant that no other players were able to sneak past until Callie got there and took him out. And that ended up working out in favor of Other. UNSC, meanwhile, is starting to put a lot of aggression forward. They only have one player left on B. Now they have 3 players left on B and are starting to skip past it as soon as they get control. But I feel like UNSC is just playing a little too slowly. I might be about to eat my words. No, I'm not. Other counters on 2 buttons at once. Now UNSC only has their own base. Taser has made it into Other's base, is in a very sneaky position, but somebody found him. And now he's dashing around. He's going to have to use dashes to survive. He hits the button, gains one more dash, gets taken out by a flank of C2 and F2P. C2 and F2P committing to holding this button until they take out all the UNSC players in Other's base, which is fine by them. M-Dubs is able to move forward. He's taken out by Callie. There's always another Other player. They have the spawn advantage here. UNSC needs to be moving forward very quickly, surviving for a very long time. Good dashing by Ookie Boogie, but wasn't quite able to get the counter at the right time. And as a result, all the UNSC players get taken out of Other's base. Now UNSC has control of B, but not for long. Okay, goes ahead and hits. No, he doesn't. Sildev takes him out. Is now using the button as cover from Lazarus, who's now counter pistol sniping against C2. Takes out Styledev, and is now...
Only 2 left.
Man, if ever there was a moment for a second point to be scored, that would have been it. That was one of the closest moments throughout this entire match, besides the point that was actually scored. Other going ahead, now that we've past the 15-minute mark, that there's only 9.5 minutes left in this game. Others continuing with their push forward if you can, but mostly just defend B and our own button strategy. Seems to be working out for them so far. They're continuing the aggression, in my mind, only really to prevent UNSC from moving forward for free. F2P, wicked, efficient, and fast and long distance dashing up to the button, gets taken out by multiple UNSC players who have to turn around just to get him. It seems like every single time Others sends a player in, 3 or 4 UNSC players are forced to turn around to kill him just to guarantee that UNSC has their own base. Which is great because they get the kills, they have their own base, but it wastes time and resources. And that's exactly what Other wants to be doing. They want to have 1, maybe even 2 players in UNSC's base, wasting time and resources so UNSC can't be pushing forward every single life. And that allows Other to ride rails for free, use less dashes just to get forward, use B as a jumping off point. UNSC is really feeling the pressure on their base at this point. There's 5 of them in there, 4 of them in there, and C2 trying to sneak behind, loses 1 dash on accident. Nobody sees him in there, and he knows it, and now they're going for a score. Gets 1 kill on M-Dubs, doesn't hold the button, and gets punished for it, and that was a very sneaky move. That was very good. If he was able to hold the button, that might have been the second point for Other. But just didn't quite work out that way, and now UNSC has semi-solid control of B. It looks like Callie was in UNSC's base, but gets taken out after getting countered, and now UNSC has full control of their own base, and there's only one other player, one UNSC player, duking it out on B until Taser and M-Dubs join them. Looks like there's Lazarus getting taken out on mid B. Taser continuing to roll out through the mid B as he seems to have been doing throughout this match, and he's very good at defending it for the most part until Cali came in earlier in the match and was able to take him out and check any sort of offense that UNSC might have been planning. Looks like Taser's now in other space, gets another kill, and is taken out by OK. Looks like UNSC is able to get these kills, but not quite able to turn them into points or counters or countdowns in the same way that Other has been able to. Other has been very good at using the timing of when to hit the objective and hold buttons to their advantage, and is almost scoring a second point over and over because of it, whereas UNSC, anytime they've had a countdown, has been very brief and has not looked very strong on their end. They've had maybe a player in Other's base, maybe even 2 players in Other's base, but Others had multiple, 3, maybe even 4 players in their own base ready to defend and protect it. Whereas anytime Other is in UNSC's base getting a countdown, it seems like a lot of UNSC players are dead at that time, and that they're desperately trying to get control of their own button back. UNSC has a little bit of advantage right now, and they're continuing to flow players into Other's base, which might be working out for them to an extent. They had control of Other's base for a moment, but they lost control of B, and then as soon as they went back to get B, they lost control of their own button, they lost control of Other's button, and the pressure went back into their base, and now UNSC is trying to turn it around. M-Dubs is going to go straight into Other's base, tries to get 1 kill before going after the button, so there's less people to go after him, but he took too long, and then Lazarus took him out. Now Lazarus going for a very defensive play. Is he going to move forward to B once Other starts scoring? It looks like he is, but he's not fast enough because Dark Ghost is able to get the counter out. Dark Ghost gets taken out, but he did his job. Is Other able to hold UNSC's base? And it looks like they're not. And now they're continuing to move players forward, and Lazarus is trying to hold B. But UNSC was able to take their button back, and now I think the pressure has stopped. Other might gear up for another push at this point, but I think they're going to continue going for distraction tactics, and now we've only got 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in this match. It's not looking good for UNSC, if I'm being honest. Do you have any insight to give here? Quad, do you have anything that you think might be able to give UNSC the point they need to continue this map and at the very least tie it up, or does it just not look very good for UNSC in your mind at this rate?
I mean, it's anybody's game. Still 5 minutes. It's just 1 point to tie it up. I mean, if I were on O, I would be stressing out that we need 1 more point right now, so we don't have to do sudden death and don't have to worry about it. But it looks like O really has just gotten warmed up. And with kill counts here, it is flipped. Now O is kind of outkilling UNSC, where it's about even. So it looks like maybe O was just a little bit cold when they came into this match. They've gotten warmed, and they're playing very smartly here. I mean, very adeptly taking control of all 3 points, getting the pressure in the countdowns, just not being able to take out that last person. So I think UNSC has to probably figure out something. I'm not sure what the mix of this game is so fast-paced. I don't know what they need to do, but O's doing a great job today. That's all I've got to say.
They need to do it. They've only got 4 minutes and 37 seconds left, but you're absolutely right. All it takes is 1 point, 1 countdown that goes well. And, you know, Other got lucky the first time. It could be that UNSC gets lucky the second time, and that's the difference maker once again, but in the opposite direction. It looks like there's 1 UNSC player, just Taser, in Other's base, and Other going a little bit... No, they're not going too defensive, actually. UNSC has been keeping 3, maybe 4 players back just to defend a base from 1 person. Meanwhile, Other sent 2 people to B, even though they knew Taser was in their base, and they relied on respawning teammates to go ahead and take him out, and that seems to have worked out for Other, who is now putting pressure onto B. C2, good double charge shot by him, my goodness. Accuracy of this man, and the accuracy of his dashes too. He rolls right up to you, bop, just shoots, lets those bullets fly and kills you, and there's not much else you can do about it. It's hard to see him coming if he has 5 dashes just to get to you. And now UNSC is in Other's base. It looked like whoever was at the top there turned around, saw the UNSC player, and was like, somebody else will get it. And then he was proven right, but UNSC starting to get
nice double counter there.
They need to continue the pressure. It looks like they're trying to get a score, but F2P too fast with hitting the button. M-Dubs comes up but gets taken out by F2P, and now there's only 1 UNSC player left in the base. He's going to try to waste a little bit of time, maybe even get a countdown now that there's 2 players there, but they didn't hold the button in time. And now there's 3 UNSC players in Other's base, but Other went ahead and skipped to B, and there's nobody there to challenge them, so this is not going to turn into a point. UNSC's been very good about putting the pressure onto Other's base in the past minute or so. I wonder if this is going to work out in their favor, though.
Blue team
They've got Oogie Boogie in
scores
UNSC's base, who rolls up
Countered.
as soon as he sees somebody in front of him, but Callie able to roll up into that top crown area and take out Oogie Boogie and then move on to B. But she had enough time to do so because Oogie Boogie took too long trying to get that kill on the button so he could secure it. And now UNSC's offense is checked. Others able to defend their base once again and start putting pressure on B, which is what's happening right now. Staldev gets taken out. Dark Ghost moving forward. Now we got the button. We're getting a bit of a countdown. Callie barely hits the button despite jumping on top of it. Now it's just Oogie Boogie by himself in others' base. A lot of other players are gunked up though, stuck defending, which might be what they want to do to an extent, because there's only 2 minutes left in this match. Although if they forget to put too much pressure forward, UNSC is going to continue to jump off of B and move in all at once, and togetherness is what their strength has been, and slowness has been what's kind of not allowed them to get back into this match. So if they're able to use B consistently as a platform to jump off into others' base, that might be able to give them the point they need to bring this back. And they're continuing to get countdowns. If you notice, Other has not been getting that many countdowns recently. They've kind of backed off the pressure a little bit as they realize that this match is starting to close out, and hopefully that's going to work out for them. Hopefully in their perspective, that's going to work out for them, but that could be their downfall. Once again, I've said it once, I've said it twice. The thing that's been giving Other the chance to maintain control of this map and get the 1 point they need in order to win it is their aggression, their ability to move forward and then have respawning players, or slightly slower players with less dashes rather, move in behind and do multiple things at once, whereas UNSC clears their own base, clears B, and then goes for Other's base. Other's been very good at sneaking players through and to do multiple things at once and force UNSC to turn around at every opportunity. Now UNSC has control of Other's base once again. It looks like Other was trying to get players to go through, but they're still able to defend their base. Only 30 seconds left. Taser trying to get something done, desperately going into Other's base, and now it's just Oogie Boogie by himself. He hits the button, he tries to hold it, he gets taken out by OK, because he knew exactly where Oogie Boogie's head was going to be. He knew
23 seconds left! 21 seconds left!
Only 20 seconds left. Other has control of B at their own base. Once again, this is not looking good for UNSC.
Red team scores
Dark Ghost hits the
counter.
button, but there's still other players left there. CQ takes the taser. That's huge. There's only 5 seconds left. I don't think UNSC is going to be able to do it. There's no countdown. Other wins.
Oh, pulls out the nail biter. Wow, what a win.
That was great. That was great, especially considering the way you described the how the canyon went, very dominant, like in UNSC's favor. That close but strong win on Waterway in favor of Other is what's going to give them the chance to win this overall. It is best 2 out of 3, and each team has 1 map.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the kill counts, yeah, you can see Taser top scoring 850. He did a great job. Dark Ghost top scoring for his team. On the O side, OK going negative, but 21,031 points. I mean, he was definitely clearing the base and holding down B like a champ here. Nice job. Lazarus had an insane amount of good kills there on the stream. So he did a really nice job today. I think that's a real testament to the power of warming up. I mean, OK kind of into this, and it seemed like they weren't, really like flowing as much. But like once that game started going, you saw Callie with a lot of kills. You saw Laz catching up in the kills. F2P, OK, they were all carrying their own weight, and they did a great job.
Absolutely. That can also be a testament to what the pressure of possibly losing can do to a team's mindset and focus. If you know you're about to lose, you are locked in to the game, and you're going to do everything you can to prevent that from happening. I'm sure that played a factor, along with the warming up that you're talking about, maybe even just that Other is generally more practiced on Waterway. Multiple factors came together that helped them get the win. We'll see which team is going to be able to take this control point. I think it's anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think this might be now. Typically, the domination winner is the winner of control point, but I think I'm gonna deviate from that expectation. Well, let me see who's playing. Yeah, so I think that, well, I don't know, Cali's playing too, so Crusader BR is really good at holding the button, and MDubs, UNSC in general is very good about spacing themselves around that button, making sure they hit it and staying there, and they sprint around and do whatever they can to stay alive on that button. This is like tried and true lineup of control point players on the UNSC side. On the O side, we see Cali. I mean, she's really good at hitting the button, and just an incredible amount of pistol skill on the opposite side. So I'm not particularly sure how it's going to go, but if I had to guess, I'd probably, I don't know, go with UNSC. But I could be wrong again. I mean, it's wrong about the water. So.
Yeah, who knows? I guess.
I'm still cheering for O today, so let's just be clear about that. I'm cheering for O, but
you're thinking UNSC might be able to take this. It's hard to say.
Right.
Dude,
yeah.
You're right. I think you're absolutely right. That the domination winner tends to be the one who takes the control point. But with how close that domination was, even though other, like, technically won it, that 1 point that was scored, we remember that it was because of a flubbed button hold. The player got taken out, but the UNSC player ended up holding the button for them, and that was what brought them the win. It was so close, that whole map. And the kills were so close too. At least towards the end of that waterway, it looked very even overall. Taser dominated over on UNSC's side, but MDubs is doing very well. Dark Ghost is doing very well. Over on other, Cali, OK, C2, they were doing fantastic. Everybody, it looked evenly matched in different ways. And
Yeah.
a lot of players are very fast. It's dashing. It's just hard. It's just hard to say for sure. But I think I'll give my vote to other very tentatively. I think it's going to be close either way, but just to be contrarian, I guess, opposite of you, we'll see who ekes out the victory here. But my vote's for other, just based on the performance of that waterway alone.
I mean, in my book, it's win-win, right? If UNSC wins, I'm right, and if O wins, then the team I'm cheering for wins. So
Exact. That's the way.
Either
Play
way,
both
I
sides.
win.
You always come out on top.
No, but yeah. No, I mean, UNSC has just been really invigorated by their recent pickups. It's just amazing to see the life that's been breathed into the team. You see them playing a lot together, and it's just really nice. Moderation is really excited to play now. OneUp is back. He wasn't playing that much. Gazer's playing. Dark Ghost is playing a lot more, whereas before we've seen him sort of like once a month or something like that. So it's just good to see more teams. I think this season by far is the most competitive season when it comes to Dash League. And I watched last week's matches, and I looked at how UNSC did versus Sphere in comparison to how we did versus Sphere.
Match starts in
And
3,
it was pretty similar.
2,
We did a little bit
1,
better than they did, but it
go.
was pretty similar. So I do rank them as a very strong contender this season. And I think they're just probably underrated based on previous seasons. But with this new roster, I expect them to do incredibly well this season.
Yeah, something I'm really liking about this season is the team makeups overall seem very balanced in different ways, and there's a lot of strengths and weaknesses to be attributed to all these different teams in the Dasher tier, but each tier in general seems to have a lot of competitive viability, just in terms of like any team you play, even if you give a weak or strong advantage to one or another based on performance and rosters, any team, I think, has the potential, at least, to beat any other team here. It might be a little bit of a miracle depending on the matchups, but I still see the potential. That's something I'm really looking forward to with the rest of the season, and that's something I'm really liking about this game here. You can see it's back and forth, second for second, 29 to 28, and now other has a slight advantage, but we know that nothing beyond 10 seconds really means any significant difference in control point. Especially,
Yeah, I mean, even 10 seconds, that's easy to come back. That's just a team wipe and a good hold.
Blue team has
yeah,
captured
and we're seeing that. Others started to pull ahead a little bit, and then UNSC jumped in, and now they have control of the button. But Other has been very good at quickly, instantly hitting that button as soon as it changes to red, as long as there's a player nearby to do it. UNSC now has solid control of the button, and they're trying to do holds against Other to prevent them from hitting the button and getting a dash in order to back away, which is overall the goal of anybody who's hitting button, to hit it and use that dash to move out of the way, unless your strategy is to hold it. Seems like UNSC is trying to do. They're trying to use it as cover against Other, whereas Other, meanwhile, is trying to jump in and jump out as quickly as possible. UNSC able to start setting up with SMGs, which are very strong on this map, especially since the update it was either during or before last season that made SMGs reload a lot quicker and made them much stronger, much more accurate as well. And so we're going to be seeing a lot more of these SMGs on control points that we end up going to. And now UNSC is almost caught up with Other at this point. They were behind a little bit earlier. It seems like throughout this map, Other has been able to maintain a slight point lead very consistently, but it's only slight, it's only seconds. And UNSC is desperately trying to put together in order to make up the difference.
Now see, I slightly disagree with you. I think SMGs are not the play on control point. Although you do get the high damage factor, they are not that great at preventing people from getting to the objective. And here the objective is not to hold the button, but merely to like click it. So I think with SMGs, because they lack that instant kill power, a lot of people are able to get to the button. You can see while Dark Ghost had that, those SMGs up, the lead is like just widened. Whereas with pistols, if you can just aim, get that first shot, you get the insta kill, and get to the button, prevent the other team from getting to it.
Interesting insight, and I suppose nobody on Other really has been grabbing SMGs at this point, and I don't think any UNSC players are grabbing SMGs anymore. At the very least, I don't see those differently colored bullets flying anywhere. It looks like Cali hits that button, backs away, now that Other has control, but UNSC, hot on their heels. Cali gets the kill, but wastes a little bit of time. Oh, Dark Ghost is set up with the SMGs. Is he going to try and block players from getting to the button? There you go, he gets 2 kills, and now he is playing very close to the button. I think that's a good strategy, even with SMGs. You need to be able to hit the objective there and give the team as much as possible. You can't play too far away, or else you just kind of give Other the point by letting them suicide on the button over and over, but continue to grab those seconds. UNSC has pulled ahead too. While I've been talking, I wasn't paying attention. UNSC is slightly ahead at this point. We've got C2 on button.
Oh, is the button too short?
No. He's got to reach up like he's trying to get something off the shelf just to hit that. But it does help with covering your head when you're on the button. You don't have to crouch really at all in order to do that. It looks like Taser was trying to guard the attic. Maybe he recognized a lot of other players were going through there, but nobody did on that push. Other just went through the lobby, went through the dash, and now one of Crit steals that dash, but there's no other players over there. They all went straight to the button from different routes. So far, Other has been pretty lucky in terms of finding good routes to get to the button that avoid whatever UNSC player is trying to kill them, but UNSC is continuing to grow this lead. Something has changed in UNSC's favor. Other is starting to fall behind continuously. It looks like they're trying to clear the button, but they're not hitting the button during these fights, and that's continuously giving UNSC the seconds they need to pull ahead more and more. What changed? What difference is happening here? Other needs to recognize that they're starting to fall behind more and more and really bring something back into this match, or else they're just going to lose it slowly but surely.
Hopefully they can maintain this presence in the button area. You see like 4 or 5 of them here, and that's what is really helping them pull the lead away. So if they can maintain this and not over-disrupt, essentially they stay close to the button, then they should be able to catch up here. 25 seconds though, once we get to 200, we know it's like double time in terms of your mind. You know, like every second past 200 feels like it's twice as fast. And once you get past 250, it feels like it's 3 times as fast.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like players like Lazarus are trying to focus on kills just a little bit too much. The button's open while they're trying to get those kills, and then they lose seconds. And if they lose the fight too, that's even worse. They lose the fight, they don't hit the button. UNSC, meanwhile, has been very quick with their follow-up there. We've got 3 other players around the button getting kills, and then UNSC is able to follow up, and they get control once again, and now they're almost at 200 seconds. 200 second mark.
200.
Other is 40 seconds behind. It is really not good. They've got to do something up quick, or else they won't have an opportunity to get back.
I know, that was a great kill streak by Lazarus right there. Oh, wow, that was amazing.
And now they
Lazarus had so many good kills this match. If you watch back the stream on that waterway, he had a lot of good runs.
Absolutely. That was a lot of UNSC over in the attic. Lazarus not quite able to take them out, and so UNSC was able to push forward. And now, Other has closed the deficit once again to only 30 seconds, and they have control of the button. They were trying to hold it, but just didn't quite work out. C2 just a little bit too short, and now the other players, one by one, slowly but surely, are falling. Now Other moves forward, they get control of the button. UNSC has presence there, though. Taser clears out the attic, drops down the button, almost gets that second kill. There we go. Takes out C2 and takes out the trash, takes out OK. He finished off what he started, takes out Callie, and now he's on a serious kill streak that is actually hampering Other's ability to make it to the button. It looks like some players are able to make it there, and Other has control, actually. Taser is so out of the way that UNSC lost several seconds there. He was getting some solid kills, but as soon as Other was able to just avoid him, they were able to make it to the button and start closing that gap. However, there is still a gap of about 30 seconds, a bit more than 30 seconds, that Other is struggling to consistently bring down. UNSC is able to focus on kills slightly more at this point because they've been able to continuously get control of that button and pull Other's attention in different directions away from the objective. Other is desperately trying to keep focus there, but it's hard when players like Taser get into your backline. It's hard to ignore Taser, for being honest. Lazarus makes his way to the button, flanks behind, gets killed by M-Dubs, who is in the right position to see him there, and now this lead is continuing to grow in UNSC's favor. It is really not looking good for Other. If anything, in the next 10, 20 or so seconds, Other needs to start making up this deficit, or they just won't have the opportunity by the end of it with how even both of these teams are overall. Oh, I liked that shield play, but they were by themselves, so nobody was able to capitalize on the distraction. Now Other rolls in, they get control of the button, but they're not quite able to set up comfortably. And that button hold was able to get rid of Callie's dashes, so she wasn't able to hit the button, and the rest of UNSC was able to follow up. Lazarus tries to get that kill there, but isn't able to secure it. Doesn't get the dash. His teammate got the kill instead, and then Taser was able to take him out because he was walking around like a doofus, not able to dash away. And now Other tries to get control of that button once again because they know UNSC only needs 12 seconds to win this map. Good button hold there. A 1-up crit, runs out of dash because of it, and now Other is changing their strategy to holding the button so that UNSC can't get the dashes they need to be able to dance around it. But UNSC recognized that difference and is holding the button themselves. Now they only need 5 seconds to win the map. 4 seconds, 3. Other gets control once again, holds the button desperately. I don't know if this is going to work out in their favor with how much difference there is between the two teams, and UNSC wins with a 5-man button hold. Suicide on the button. Whew, what a match. What a match.
Yeah.
UNSC.
GG's to O, yup, the UNSC takes this one.
It looked like it was pretty back and forth in the beginning, but UNSC just recognized what change needed to be made mid-match, and Other wasn't quite able to adapt to that change in the middle of the map.
I mean, if you look at the kills, you see it looks like UNSC pulled ahead in terms of killing at the end there.
Well played by both teams. Even despite UNSC pulling in towards the end, you can see how well and how experienced both these teams are with the map and with playing with each other. That was a very solid game to watch. I enjoyed that. And I hope everyone else here in the audience did too. What a great way to start ending the cycle. We've still got a few more matches left in the cycle, I believe. I think, I'm not sure what other matches are today besides Loop versus Phoenix, which you can catch later tonight or in the morning,
right
depending
after
on where
this,
you are located in the world. Yeah, is that it? Just Loop versus Phoenix left?
Yeah, it's the last day of the cycle.
Go ahead, FireHorse.
Yeah, that's the only one that's left on the calendar, as you can see on the screen there, on the right-hand side. The Luke Phoenix one I've actually scheduled myself for, so I'll be back in about 3 or 4 hours to cast that one.
Wonderful. And unfortunately, I will not be commentating that match because it's kind of hard to commentate and play mid-game. And of course, you know,
Nah, you could do it. You could do it. You can do
thing.
both, bro.
Oh, Mike, yeah. You'll be right.
So, catch me in that match.
Just give us
Tonight,
an insight to your
everyone out
comms. Just tell us the strategy in your comms.
there. Yeah, of course. All right, I'll see you all next time.
Just to answer Rex's question, was there any forfeits in the cycle? None that I saw in any of the matches that I watched, anyway. And I've seen most of them. I haven't seen the ones this morning, so I don't know if there's any this morning. But does anybody else know if there's any forfeits?
I don't think we've seen any straight forfeits. I'm aware that Knock had a couple of maps forfeit because players dropped and were unable to finish that one, but they played their second match today. And other than that, I think it's been pretty smooth running. I mean, we have a good group of teams this season. We have some new teams in, even a team of F2P players, and that's really exciting. So this is going to be an incredibly competitive season. We definitely should watch. Please like, comment, and subscribe so I don't have to kill you.
Yeah, you better be here.
Yeah.
Helps if I turn my mic on. Yeah, I was just saying I'll be back in about 4 hours, and I expect every one of you that are watching to come back and watch as well. I'll be disappointed if you don't.
Absolutely. Until
All right,
next time.
peace.
Thanks for watching Dash League.